Imagine holding in your palm a small liquid, priced around $4, yet it has ruled Japan's top car enthusiast site, Marcara, as the favorite fuel additive for 3 straight years. This dominance was earned purely through the enthusiastic endorsements of drivers who care for their vehicles as if they were family, not through flashy sponsorships or paid videos. Despite its stellar reputation in Japan, this powerful formula remains almost entirely unknown beyond its borders. Your local service shop won't mention it, your dealership stays quiet, and by the time you finish reading this, you'll understand why. And you might permanently strike the expensive $300 injector flush off your maintenance list. To grasp its importance, we first need to peek beneath the hood at what's happening every time your engine runs. Most drivers have no idea how seriously fuel injectors deteriorate over time, and the automotive industry profits daily from that ignorance. Modern fuel injectors are marvels of engineering. Direct injection systems today operate under staggering pressures, from 2,900 to 4,300 psi, delivering fuel in bursts lasting mere fractions of a millisecond. The tiny orifices at the injector tips are smaller than a human hair, yet they must distribute an exact amount of vaporized fuel thousands of times per minute to power your engine efficiently. When functioning perfectly, each injector sprays a uniform, fine mist that burns completely. But once even minor clogging occurs, the spray becomes uneven, or fuel barely exits at all. This single flaw disrupts the entire combustion process. A compromised injector produces noticeable symptoms. Engines misfire as some cylinders fail to get sufficient fuel, causing vibrations or subtle shakes, particularly while idling. Acceleration may feel delayed, with the engine hesitating when you press the gas. Your RPM gauge might fluctuate unpredictably, and fuel economy takes a serious hit. Studies show that even slight carbon accumulation inside direct injectors can reduce efficiency by 5 to 15%, translating into hundreds of dollars spent at the pump each year without realizing the true cause. Eventually, your check engine light turns on with misfire codes. In the worst cases, the car may stall at intersections or refuse to start on a cold morning. These aren't minor annoyances. They signal that your vehicle is operating far below its intended performance. Take these symptoms to a technician and you'll hear the familiar pitch. Professional cleaning or full replacement of injectors is required. Paying a shop for the service can range from $50 to over $400, depending on engine size and facility. Replacing a single injector is even steeper, costing $800 to $1,500 on certain models. Dealerships love this routine. It generates huge profit margins, takes barely any time, and most everyday drivers simply lack the know-how to question if it's truly necessary. What they rarely mention is that severely gummed injectors are almost always a preventative maintenance concern, not a failed component. And addressing that problem can be as simple as applying basic chemistry. This brings us back to that little-known Japanese liquid. The significance of this discovery cannot be overstated. In Japan, a chemical company called AZ Corporation produces a fuel additive known as FCR062. It isn't flashy, no celebrity promotes it, and you won't spot it in commercials or during sports events. It's a modest bottle, costing roughly $4 to $5 for 100 milliliters locally. What sets it apart is the concentration of its active ingredient. Independent laboratory tests and thorough reviews of CR062's safety documentation reveal that PA levels range from 70 to 90% in some batches. Compare that to leading Western alternatives. Chevron's Techron Concentrate Plus, often considered a top-tier option in the US and Europe, typically contains only 25 to 35% PA. Gummout Regain High Mileage sits between 10 and 30%. This means the $4 Japanese solution can offer 2 to 3 times the cleaning power of products that cost 4 to 6 times more in the West. The results reported by actual drivers confirm this claim. On Amazon Japan, FCR062 has amassed thousands of reviews praising its performance. Users describe engines firing smoothly after a single tank, erratic idles leveling out, and sluggish throttle response transforming into crisp acceleration. One driver with a high-mileage vehicle clocking 150,000 kilometers reported that using 2 tanks consecutively completely eliminated a surging idle they had struggled with for an entire year. This aligns perfectly with how PA works. It isn't instant magic. You need a full tank to circulate through the fuel lines, injectors, and cylinders, gradually dissolving deposits with every spark, layer by layer. Here lies the most crucial insight. The true mystery isn't just why the specific Japanese additive is absent from local shelves. It's why all highly concentrated PA-based products are consistently minimized or ignored. Consider the business incentives at play in automotive repair. Injector cleaning represents a massive revenue stream. The equipment pays for itself quickly, chemical costs are negligible, and labor is minimal. Drivers come in anxious over engine stutters and leave hundreds of dollars poorer for a problem that a $4 bottle added to the tank every 10,000 miles could have entirely prevented. The financial motive to keep customers unaware of preventative injector maintenance is enormous. A driver who manages their own fuel system upkeep is a driver who never purchases that service. Every service center understands this perfectly, even if they never voice it. That explains why asking a mechanic about fuel additives usually results in a dismissive response. Some mechanics may argue that fuel additives have no effect, which is true for cheap solvent products, but flatly false when it comes to high concentration PA formulas. Others may insist that your car absolutely requires a professional machine flush, which is seldom accurate unless the carbon buildup has hardened into solid rock from prolonged neglect. What you are receiving is not impartial advice. It is guidance driven by profit incentives. So how should you act on this knowledge? If you want the authentic AZ FCR062, it can be sourced through Amazon Japan or specialized import retailers. Using it regularly is highly recommended because each dose costs virtually nothing. If accessing FCR062 proves difficult, the next best high concentration PA options available locally are Redline SI1, containing 30 to 50% PA and easy to order online, or BG Platinum 44K, a shop-preferred formula with 25 to 50% PA. Both are highly effective at attacking gummed injectors, though they come at a higher price. Chevron Techron Concentrate Plus remains the most convenient choice at local stores and even carries official endorsements from automakers such as Honda and GM. Application is just as critical as the product itself. Pour the additive into a nearly empty tank just before refueling, ensuring the detergent fully blends with fresh fuel. Then drive the tank down to empty, allowing the chemicals ample time to penetrate, dissolve, and flush deposits from injectors with every spark. Here is the most essential instruction. Always do this procedure right before an oil change. PA is strong enough to loosen years of baked-on deposits, and microscopic carbon particles will inevitably pass the piston rings into the oil pan. Failing to replace the oil immediately risks circulating abrasive material through the engine for another 5,000 miles. For vehicles with active misfires and severe neglect, run 2 treated tanks consecutively, then perform an oil change without delay. For routine preventative care on a healthy engine, treating a single tank every 5 to 10,000 miles is sufficient. Never add it to every fill-up, as excessive PA entering your oil can thicken it and create new engine problems. Following these steps will likely eliminate the need for injector services at a shop entirely. It is worth emphasizing, none of this is groundbreaking science. The chemical engineering principles behind PA have been documented in peer-reviewed automotive journals for decades. That FCR062 bottle has dominated Japanese markets for years. This isn't secret knowledge. It only seems hidden because the businesses benefiting from your lack of awareness are the very sources you rely on for car advice. Your local technician isn't an enemy, but their income depends on selling fixes you may not truly need. The entire system thrives on drivers being unaware of what is genuinely happening inside their engine block, and how inexpensively it can be addressed. Now you know the truth. The next time your engine hesitates, or your car vibrates at a stoplight, resist the urge to hand your keys to the dealership. Instead, reach for a $4 bottle and reclaim control of your vehicle's performance. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.